Welcome back. With family schedules kicking into high gear with the start of school, it's important to remember to still try to have some important family mealtime. And today we welcome Rosie Allen, an extension agent for Family and Consumer Sciences in Gallatin County, with some ideas on how to make the most out of that time together. Thank you so much for being with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We know that a lot of families are going to get so much busier with school starting. And why is it so important to still make that time to be able to gather together for meals?
There is so much research out there on how beneficial family meal times are, especially for children. School success, weight concerns, instilling family values. It's so important to try to sit down at least 5 times a week with your children and have everyone around the table, even if you're a single parent.
And there are some ideas that you want to share that go beyond just, sometimes it's a challenge just to get everybody physically around the table at the same time in the same place. But some other tips about removing those distractions and really focusing on your family?
Exactly. It's a good idea to turn off all electronics if you can. Don't answer the phone. Don't text. I know one family that has a cell phone basket, and everyone's cell phone goes into the basket during mealtime and at bedtime because they don't want their kids up half the night texting on their cell phones.
Those can be some hard habits to break after summer and all those months. And then, of course, the importance of the meal is getting a good nutritional, well-balanced meal. And what's the advice and guidelines for that?
One thing we'd like all families to remember is that we like to strive for 5. The number 5 is important in a lot of nutritional aspects. Most people need to get around 1,500 calories a day. We want to try and get 5 fruits and vegetables a day. And when you're looking at your meal, try to think of 5 elements for your meal. So cover half your plate, if you can, with vegetables. Then you want 1/4 of your plate with a starch, such as bread or potatoes, and then 1/4 of your plate with protein. Then you'll want to also have some fruit. And what's the best beverage to have at mealtime, do you think?
Got to have that milk.
That's right. You definitely need milk and plenty of it. So a couple examples that we have here, like if you had a vegetable soup, that would cover half your plate, you could say, with vegetables. Here's a cheese sandwich with your bread and cheese. You could have fruit juice or fruit as a dessert with that meal.
And with the beverage, notice, of course, the fruit cup is smaller because even fruit servings with regular fruit is different than the kind of what you're going to get with juices.
Exactly. Also, children's portions are typically smaller than adult portions. With their plate, one thing to remember, these big 12 and 10-inch plates, they need to be put in the cabinet above the refrigerator. Just get these out for birthdays or Thanksgiving, Christmas meals. Try to serve most of your lunch and dinners on the smaller 7 or 8-inch size plates. So those are the ones you would serve half with vegetables, 1 serving of starch and 1 serving of protein.
So you're not overloading on your meal.
Exactly.
And I know extension offices have a lot of programs, including recipe ideas and all kinds of things like that.
We certainly do. All of our websites also include recipe pages, so you wouldn't just pick up a mealtime idea, you would get specific recipes that are nutritionally sound.
And you can, of course, check with your local extension office for that or visit the website through the UK Extension Service. Well, thank you so much for sharing these great tips, and hopefully a lot of folks will be able to implement that with their own families. We will be right back with the last check of your forecast.